So Sunday the 20th, I'll be in Grayling, and then all of that week, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, I will be in Grayling. And won't be podcasting. Piano Fingerbanger says, time for Easy to reset, reload, re-engage, reconnect. It still looks good on my end. So my apologies. Fucking stupid. We are ready to update the Fatathon, ladies and gentlemen. First off, last week I weighed in at a healthy 179.2. And now I am at 178.7. Not bad at all. Dropped another half pound. I'll take it. That means I am now down a total of 6.8 in 15 weeks' time. Amanda. Actually, I'm going to save Amanda for last. Rebecca. Last week, she weighed in at 276.9. She has dropped 0.7. She dropped down to 276.2. That means she has dropped 18.5 pounds in 23 weeks. By the way, I'm going to update the power couple and their adventures this past weekend in a second. They're doing great. I'm so happy for them. Jeremy, he was at 227.2, and he dropped down to 225.0. He dropped 2.2 pounds. Overall, he's lost 110.3 in 44 weeks' time. Still an outstanding number and just so fantastic, my God. But it's important to note that it was just a couple of weeks ago that he was at 225, and then the fluctuation where he jumped up. And he points this out in his email to me. He says, this is a perfect example of how you just have one little slip up. It takes plenty of time to get back what you had lost. But the star on the blubber for this week, out of the blue, Amanda checks in. And she wrote, still here. Last week was her reset week because she had been doing okay. And then shit got ugly, and then we kind of just restarted. She was at 303.6 last week on her restart. She dropped to 300.2. That is a 3.4 pound drop. So after 1 week, she has lost 3.4 pounds. Star on the blubber. All right. Keep at it, everybody. Let's see. Jeremy, he wrote this. Killed it this week. Finally back to my birthday weight. It's humbling how quick and easy it is to put the weight back on and how long it takes to take that same amount of weight off. Yeah, it's kind of like gas prices. You know how they'll like jump up really quick, but it takes forever for them to drop down? But that's just more motivation to keep it off. Had another great weekend with Becky. We had a free night in the hotel at Firekeepers Casino, so we used that on Friday. These two are jet setting. We then went to my favorite restaurant in Ann Arbor for lunch on Saturday before we went to the Tigers game. So, Casino Friday, wake up, drive to Ann Arbor, nice lunch, and then to the ball game. We had a blast. We went from there to Griffin Claw Brewing, one of Drew Lane's sponsors. Then Becky wanted to play some pinball, so we went back to Pinball Land. So you drove from Detroit all the way to Rockford for pinball, where she kicked some ass at pinball. Sunday was a chill day. We hung out at her place and played with Legos, nerds, before we went to my mom's house and I cooked dinner. Big win for my self-control. Fettuccine Alfredo and lemon and rosemary chicken thighs. Ate a normal amount of that, and I'm very happy with my decisions that day. God damn, that's a lot of travel. That sounds exhausting to me. Rebecca wrote, my week was okay-ish. I'm down 0.7. I've been having some shoulder issues, so I took a few days off at the gym. I did set a new personal record on bench press my first day back in the gym last week. I've been chasing that for a hot minute. What is the weight that you were able to bench press? Was it like 280 or something? I spent my Friday, I had to, I was on my feet the whole fucking day. And my knees started to hurt. So I was going to not run. I had a Monday, Wednesday plan. Run Monday, run Wednesday, run Friday. Friday, I'm up north, and I got my gear. I got my running shoes. I'm like, all right, I got to get out there. I had been on my feet the whole day, picking up sticks, mowing the grass up there. And I already got on my steps in. I go, but you know what? I'm going to go out and run. I'm going to see how I do. And so it's still that jog a minute, run a minute. I'm sorry, jog a minute, walk a minute. And I think it was Chris D who said to me that his mentality is motion is the lotion, which sounds dirty. But the idea there is when you move, your joints don't hurt. And he's right. So I got into this thing, the run, and it takes me only about 20 to 25 minutes what I want to do, and it's just 1 minute run, 1 minute walk, no big deal. And I got done with it, and I felt great, you know, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. And then it's by the end of the day, though, I lay down, and my God, everything was killing me, throbbing. It was so painful. My knees were so painful. This is the first time that they've hurt in the 2 or 3 weeks of getting back into running. And I've gone into this with this might not work. This just might not work. And so I was like, fuck. I couldn't even sleep. It hurt so bad. Next day, a steady dose of Tylenol. And it seems to be okay now. I will run today. I took Saturday and Sunday off. And I think that that's going to be the recipe to succeed here. But my God, was that fucking terrible. Holy shit. But all in all, a good weekend. Just enjoy getting up there, hanging out. Pooh Bear and myself. All right. We've got a lot to get to today, in addition to updating you on the things that we've already talked about. Do you remember years ago the video of the guy who showed up to court on the Zoom, and his name on Zoom was Buttfucker 3000? Well, Mike Ball sent this along, and he said this might be somebody else trying to be the next Buttfucker 3000. By the way, Rebecca bench pressing 140 pounds. My God. She says only 140. That's strong. We're actually going to go back in time and play the Buttfucker 3000 video momentarily, but I want to get to this judge. Okay, she's pissed off. She's in Texas because the guy comes to court wearing a shirt that says, I'm the farter of the year. And then underneath it in small type, it says, I mean father. So, yeah, that's hilarious, right?
That was a good shirt to wear to court this morning. That's all you could find. That's all. The only shirt you had in your closet. World's best farter. That's great. No, it says, I can read it. I see what it says at the bottom. You're in felony court. You need to dress appropriately to felony court, and that's not appropriate. What made you?
Okay, so no, I disagree. I think it is appropriate. This is another example of judges. I mean, come on. I think most people who are judges, they get, as soon as they get out that robe on, they start to really think that there's something. I would laugh. Let's go back in time to the original video that got this idea going, the Buttfucker 3000. This happened in Michigan. This judge is something here. This guy has no sense of humor.
Then we'll bring this fool in. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxton, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, you yo-ho. Logging into my court with that as your screen
Yo-ho.
name.
Why
We'll
would that?
discuss that in a little bit. What kind of idiot logs into court like that? What's your name again?
Nathaniel Saxton, sir, but I don't believe that I typed anything like that in.
Well, that's what it says.
Why,
We'll
I
discuss
apologize.
that in a bit.
That should not
Yeah,
be.
you should. I'll put you in the waiting room. You can sit in limbo for a while and think about what you call yourself online. Mr. Then
The guy laughing, though, is at the end cracks me up. God damn it, that's fantastic. Tyler says classic vid. Wonder if this guy has a job. Rebecca says she still references that video. It's an all-timer. By the way, Megan and Brian, they visited the Easy household, and they brought Josie the puppy dog. Now, that is the one time I'll make an exception. If you have a puppy dog, I want to see the puppy dog. All right? I normally don't like people just shooting by the house. But Megan's kind of special, and Brian is cool. So they have passed the sniff test. Plus, they're bringing a dog. And here, I've never seen this before. The puppy comes to the house, and then this was so amazing because we're on the front yard just chit-chatting about how they got the dog. And then the dog is like just looking around. Then all of a sudden the dog lays down and immediately falls asleep. I've never seen that before. I was like, wait a minute. Is she dead? It's like she's just sitting there and also that quickly. She just closes her eyes and she's asleep. Chris says, that's all I got to do is go to the pound and get a dog. All right. I feel like I've opened up a Pandora's box with that. No, I take it back. You can't. And besides, Megan had her shoes off. So that's pretty much a fantastic. If she didn't bring a dog and just had her shoes off, that would have been fine. Thank you for coming over. All right. You're going to have your hands full with the puppy, by the way. Also, thank you to Mike Ball for sending this along. And you're going to have to just click on the video in the show notes if you're listening to the audio podcast here. There is no audio with this. It's just a video. And it's dash cam footage taken from an intersection. And the dash cam footage captures what looks to be a utility worker in a one of those buckets, with the arm, attached to the truck repairing a traffic light. So what you're going to get here is the semi drives through and hits the bucket. This is fucking nuts. Okay, you see this guy's all right, I think, and then here it comes. Here it goes. Uh-oh. Oh, no. My God. Oh. Trucker stops. This guy goes back, and the dude is hanging upside down from the bucket. One more time. This is fantastic. He's telling me, no, Jesus. And the guy was okay. He was harnessed in there. That's a big safety thing. You got to be like harnessed in if you're in one of those buckets. And damn good thing that he was. Holy crap. Chris says, what the hell is the guy on the ground doing? I think he was telling the truck, easy, easy. And then the guy fucking hit him. Rebecca says, that's got to be nightmare material for anyone who works around traffic. People suck at driving. Son of a bitch. That's a workplace mishap, and I heard from someone else who tipped me off. There was another workplace mishap. I forgot who sent this one. My apologies. Because we've talked about these before. Problems at the workplace. And this one is right out of the Bumblebee tuna incident. If you remember the Bumblebee tuna incident, what happened was the way they make the Bumblebee tuna is like the tuna fish is packed inside of the cans, and before they put the label on it, there's like a big hopper, and they pull a chain, and like 5,000 cans of tuna fish drops into this big giant oven that turns, and it's tumbling the tuna fish cans, and then it heats up and to like 300 degrees or whatever, and it cooks the tuna fish inside of the can. And there was some dude named Manuel something or other who he went into the oven and he was doing some maintenance on the oven, and then Jorge pulled the chain because he thought Manuel was in the bathroom. And all of the cans of tuna fish landed on top of him and fucked him up. And so he's like trying to crawl out from all this tuna. He's hurt, okay? But he can't move. And then they turned on the oven, and it starts tumbling him and the tuna fish. And, was he ever coming back from the shitter? What's he doing? I don't know. Hey, he's not in there. I don't know where he is. Oh, fuck, man, where is he? Maybe it was an ice raid or something like that. They open up the thing, and he's there, and he's totally cooked to perfection. And that guy his family got a ton of money out of that deal. Well, there's another story that I'm going to get into after the break. I have to go to the staff meeting for the radio station. It's been kind of like a herky-jerky start with all these tech issues. I don't know. But I'll be back, and I'll update you on the latest horrific death that we're going to get into. Kevin in Northern Ontario says, Manuel is man not too well.